Saying hey is free, but you
But
gotta beg for that.
listen, man, we 2 minutes till the time, and I'm about to go ahead and hit the intro. Let's get ready, wait on Smoke and Brown Wolf to get up in here. Let's go.
I'm on the block with the snakes and the rats and the cops, so I gotta hide it. All on my top, put all of my dick in the stomach, I give it a Heimlich. Really was broke, I come from the bottom of New York, now I need the finest. All of my bitches, they be the finest. All of my diamonds, they be the finest. All of my fabrics, they be the finest. Put on the ladder and came at Skype. All of these VVs, now they blind. I know my persona, really enticing. Right on that pussy, just like I'm Tyson. Hit on that pussy, just like it's lightning. Back to that money, I'm not dying. I got a touch for the money like Midas. Out to my hood, I try to unite it. I know the feds, they wanna indict it. Gun in my leg, I come invited. Run on with drip, them boys I'm biting. She love with me, got her excited. She like the nigga, no stones on my eyes. And I got a touch for the money like Midas. Out to my hood, I try to unite it. I'm on the block with the snakes and the rats and the cops, so I gotta hide it. All on my top, put all of my dick in the stomach, I give it a Heimlich. Really was broke, I come from the bottom of New York, now I need the finest. All of my bitches, they be the finest. All of my diamonds, they be the finest. All of my fabrics, they be the finest. Put on the ladder and came back striking. All these VVs, now they blind. No more song, really enticing. Bought on that pussy, just like I'm Tyson. Hit on that pussy, just like I'm lightning. Back to that money, I'm not dying. I got a touch for the money like Midas. I got a touch for the money like Midas. I got a touch for that money like Midas. All of my bitches, they be the finest. All of my diamonds, they be the finest. All of my fabrics, they be the finest. They be the finest.
Yeah. Drop them fire emojis. This live stream is also sponsored by Battle Clothing. That's Big Operational Power Clothing.store. Go ahead and hit that link. Support the channel. Moderators, go ahead and drop that link to the clothing website for the family to go ahead and get some of that fire ass merch. But man, we are here. We are here. We are here. Let's get right into it. You already know how this thing going, man. Shout out to everybody that's in the building. I do appreciate everybody that's in here rocking out. Let's get it in. You already know the vibes. We got Smoke Signal. We got Brown Wolf in the building. How y'all feeling?
Tired.
Oh, you tired, brother? Oh, man, you sleepy?
I mean, I took a little nap, went and got some food. You know what I'm saying? Come on, Smoke. Been an hour, ain't it?
Smoke, pop your shit.
Man, let's get to it, bro. I'm already delayed. Let's just get to it.
Uh-oh. He said, fuck the small talk. Oh, shit. I got to find my copper-colored coin.
I said.
What's up, Nami? You moderating? Nami, you moderating?
No, I ain't moderating. I'm listening. I'm observing because I want to participate in future debates. So I'm just listening.
I think I want to go first, for my hour wait. I think I want to go first if you cool with that, Smoke.
Oh shit!
Go ahead.
Smoke,
he said he wanted to go first.
All right. Well, shit, I give you enough time to get your screen ready to go. Y'all make sure y'all support the channel, man. Hey, we need at least about 8 more people to support the channel. At least. I want to keep the chat on now. Come on now. Help a brother out. Now, what time we doing again? Y'all got a 3-minute introduction as well. So
okay, 3 minutes and a 5-minute round, 8 minutes total.
Yeah, 8 minutes total, all the way. So I just get ready to get into it, man. Shout out to everybody in the building. Let's go. On the track, on the track, on the track, on the track, on the track.
For the stats, I be beating the odds. Need the blood and be making me calm. Ride the turbines just like I'm Saddam. I'ma blow it just like I'm a bomb. I'ma leave it.
Your time start whenever
all right,
you
can
ready.
You hear me? Yeah, mic check.
Yeah, your time will start whenever you start speaking, brother.
All right. What's going on, y'all, man? This is Brown Wolf, my first debate. My energy was a little more up a little minute ago, but I'm gonna try to keep the energy up and get it going. So for my main talking points, we debating flat Earth, right? Is the Earth flat or is it not? My main talking points, I'm gonna focus on what makes up the Earth, right? And all the things that prove it couldn't simply be flat. From the Earth's surface to nature and the production of the Earth's resources. All right. I want to show you. I also want to show you, what defines a flat surface and the three main talking points used to prove my argument that would simply debunk the flat Earth theory. Right. So things like the elements, production of water, rocks, and plants, the rate of push and pull affects change in cycles and resource systems, and the production of growth and expansion. Okay, so after this debate, you should see and understand how calling this whole surface, let alone the whole planet, flat is completely false and impossible to prove. So let's get into it, man. That's my introduction, Bap. Okay, so I'll go straight into my round, or does he get introduction? My bad.
Yeah, you go straight into your round.
Say that. Okay.
Time
Let me get to it.
going.
My bad. Let me get to it. Hold on. Big screen my shit. Okay, round one. Let's get into it, y'all. Man, I'm here. I'm ready. All right. The definition of flat, okay? There are 99 meanings for flat listed in the Oxford English Dictionary, okay? The Oxford English Dictionary notes that the earliest record use of flat in English is found in the Middle English text, okay? And dates back to about 1296 in the New Minister Cartulary, okay? But for the sake of time, we're going to focus on the primary definition of flat in Webster's 1828 dictionary, all right, which state that flat is having an even surface without risings or indentures. Okay, hills or valleys as flat land. Okay, that's how they define flat. All right. Now, if Smoke brings up one of the definitions of flat as horizontal, only way flat could be seen as horizontal is as an adverb, not an adjective of the planet. An adverb, okay? Someone can colloquially lie flat, but in all actuality, they still possess length, height, and weight, which would make them not flat, all right? In his round, he's also gonna present flat as a shape, but flat is not a shape, okay? It is a category of shapes, which consists of two-dimensional shapes, being circles, squares, triangles, ovals, etc. Okay, that's how we categorize flat shapes. They're two-dimensional. Okay. As far as the shape of the planet, let's focus on what are definitive shapes, or objective shapes, or representational shapes. These are closed lines with height, lengths, and sometimes width, creating what we call a shape. Right. A flat shape is categorized. Keep it down for me 1 second. A flat shape is a category of two-dimensional shapes and includes geometrical and organic shapes. All right. We as living beings exist in a three-dimensional world, length, width, and height, which in turn creates spatial depth. Okay, things like distance and space. Which also houses three-dimensional shapes like spheres, cubes, cones, and cylinders. All forms that have length, width, and height to them. 3 dimensions, right? Not 2. These cannot be mistaken for two-dimensional flat shapes like circles, squares, and triangles. So that debunks the flat, the flat terminology as a shape. It's of the Earth. It's a two-dimensional. It's a category of two-dimensional shapes. Okay, y'all? Which means only possesses 2 dimensions. So the planet possesses more than 2 dimensions. That's a big debunking factor. He's going to bring that up, flat as a shape, and it's not possible. Now we're going to get into the elements and why this is important in order to disprove a flat Earth theory. Okay. So if we put aside the Earth shape and look at what actually makes the planet, we're talking about matter, layers, elements, energy, and systems all working together. Okay, the elements are and most abundantly forming mass from iron, oxygen, silicon, magnesium, nickel, sulfur, calcium, and aluminum or aluminium. Together, these form minerals, and minerals form rocks. Okay. Now, when it comes to water, um, Earth is special because water exists in three states: ice, oceans and lakes, and vapor, which all help shape and form the land and regulates temperature and climate. So, bodies of water are defined by the shape they are confined to, be it a bowl or a lake. Okay. On a flat plane, water would rush outward and thin out endlessly if this was the case, you know, which is not the case on Earth. You know, another hard hitting point that goes against the flat Earth theory. All right. Now, how this debunks the theory in total are it is first, these first few points, these different elements create multiple layers, okay, and levels of an uneven surface, which all grow at different production rates, speeds, and forms. So, how could the whole planet have a flattened form or be considered a plane? This begs the question, what is a plane, right? Because he's going to try and use the planet being a plane as a talking point like he did in our face-off, right? And the planet is not a plane based on the Encyclopedia Britannica. Britannica states that Earth is not a plane, it's an ellipsoid based on geographical measurements, satellite imagery, and data, okay? A plane is a flat surface which a straight line joining any 2 points on it would wholly lie, okay? A plane is a flat surface on which a straight line joining at any 2 points would categorize, or
40
any 2
seconds.
points on it
40
would hold.
seconds.
Okay. In our face-off, he also asked a question: what was the ground before mountains? In my next round, I'll describe the Earth's surface, hills, valleys, oceans, and rivers, regarding if it's a globe or not, or how it works. I'll discuss processes from rain cycles, how mountains form, to what the ground was before mountains were formed. All these things he won't be able to explain the production of on a flat surface. Okay, he won't be able to tell you how these things are created, but I will. You know what I mean? So that's where I'll end my round there. Okay, I'm good.
All right, and that 2 seconds left. We'll end that right there. All righty. Shout out to you, man. Good fire round. We got Smoke Signal coming up for his round. Shout out to Big Bro Smoke. Hope y'all ready to get it in. Hey, chat, y'all support the channel. I'll bring the chat back. We're in here rocking. This is a fire debate. We need at least about 7 more people to support. Hey, we got Smoke going up for his round. Let's go, big bro. I'm gonna give you enough time to get ready to screen share. And
He's on the track, on the track, on the track, on the track, on the track.
For the stats, I be beating the odds. Need the blood and be making me calm. Ride the turbines just like I'm Saddam. I'ma blow it just like I'm a bomb. I'ma leave it.
all right, you can start speaking. Whenever you start speaking, your time will start, big brother.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is with great pleasure that I would like to present this information in regards to my acknowledgement of the flat and level surface of the earth. Although my opponent is in strict denial, I am convinced that he will be convinced by the end of this competition. All right, let me pull up my first tab. Is it on the screen?
Yep, you rocking out. I think it says attempt to explain the concept.
I don't know. I don't know how to enlarge this, so y'all just gonna have to trust me.
Yes, okay, how you enlarge the image? Let me pause your time right quick. Hold on. Um, if you I know you're on a laptop, right? So use whatever you move around your mice and take your mic, and take both your fingers and pull out.
Okay.
At the same time, go right there, right up under the image.
Hold on.
Go to the middle of the screen, and then do it.
No, that's not working.
No. I didn't say click nothing. Just take your fingers, both your fingers, and move them out as if you move your mic. Your icon.
No, it's not working. I know what you're talking about, like how you do it on a touch screen, but it ain't
on the phone, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it ain't doing that. I know exactly what you're talking about. It won't do it. I'm just gonna have to read it. Okay. Since we only got 8 minutes, I gotta make this a little quicker than what I thought. In an attempt to explain the concept of the claim I am here to present, not only will I be tasked with using my imagination, but I suggest and implore you, ladies and gentlemen, to also utilize your imaginative capabilities, as I am quite aware of the negative stigma surrounding this particular viewpoint. However, it is the negative that must be used to develop a strikingly vivid picture of what I have come to acknowledge as the flat earth. In closing, I might add that asking any of you to abandon any previous notion and or idea you may have acquired regarding the subject matter would be counterintuitive at best. So I only ask that you receive this information with an open mind and a lust for additional intel. Why, you ask? Why am I asking any of you to conform to imagination? Well, according to Science Direct, which is a scientific website, right? Analysis of scientific imagination. The process of scientific imagination is investigated, right? One of the key highlights. We're going to forego the abstract and get straight to the introduction. Scientific inventions arise from the exercise of a rich imagination. Indeed, imagination is the driving force behind human thought, and human civilization is created by the operation and exercise of imagination. That's all the time I have to visit on that. Y'all can check it out on your own time. All right. Why do I acknowledge the earth as flat, one might ask? Simply because earth base level is measured by the sea. All of its elevation and all of its depth has to conform to that one singular standard. Did I make this up? By no means did I make this up. All right? By no means did I make this up. Sea level is the base level for measuring elevation and depth on Earth. What? On Earth. Ain't that where we at? On Earth. And this measurement is based on sea level. So all elevations and or depths must conform to that very standard level. Right. What is the earth? What is the earth? While Earth is only the 5th largest planet in the solar system, it is the only planet in our solar system with liquid water on the surface. My bad. All right, moving right along. Y'all get the gist. The name Earth is about 1,000 years old. All of the planets except for Earth were named after Greek and Roman gods and goddesses. However, the name Earth is a geometric word which simply means the ground. And as I explained earlier, even though the ground has its obtrusions and protrusions, it must still conform to this one universal standard known as sea level. Matter of fact, mean sea level MSL. Did I make this up? No, I did not make this up. How much time I got?
You have 3 minutes and 30 seconds.
All right. Let's get into geoids, right? Because geoids are also a tool used in measuring Earth's surface. The geoid is defined as an equal potential surface of the Earth's gravity field that corresponds to the undisturbed global sea level, serving as a height reference surface for measuring orthometric heights from the Earth's surface. It is aligned with the mean sea level and is utilized in geodetic applications to account for variations in the Earth's gravity field. Hold my time for a second. Somebody might go.
All right, your time is at 2:44 right now. Hit that like button, y'all. It's heating up. It's heating up. It's heating up. These brothers is cooking, man. Make sure y'all support the channel if y'all want that chat to come back, man. Support the channel if y'all want that chat to come back. All right.
Come on, man. Send this nigga a couple of dollars so the chat get wrapped.
6 more people to support to bring the chat back. Shout out to everybody in the building. We ain't no smoke to get to the door. Let's go. Whatever.
Give me a second. I'll be right back.
Good. Take your time.
Yeah, send this nigga $1 because he done ended my damn live.
Yep, they ain't gonna chat over there neither, nigga, and watch it. Fuck your live. But subscribe to Nami channel, y'all.
This is a pretty good debate.
Yeah, it's good. It's heating up. Damn, I hate that he had to answer his door to stop his momentum.
Just a little errand at the back door. This all. It ain't take long. All right, you can start the clock back. All right. Anybody want any additional information concerning geoids? I think this is about all I need out of geoids. Y'all can invest some time into it and go look at it up on Science Direct. All right, let's go. Oh, damn, I ain't got that tab up. I'm finna go pull it up real quick though. We're going to the definition of flat. I'm not running from the definition of flat. I don't think I'm going to use the 1828 definition though. But I'm not by any means avoiding the definition of flat. Here we go. I'm pulling this straight off the overview. Forgive me, gentlemen, if y'all don't officially respect the overview. Is that too small? Do you need to be blowed up?
I mean, it would be nice, but I mean, if you can figure it out.
No, I can blow this up straight off the.
Yeah, I always blow it up for the people to see. Always.
All right. Flat, by definition, smooth and even, without marked lumps or indentations. Very basic, huh? We also have a few words that would be used synonymously with flat, such as level, horizontal, level, smooth, even, uniform, consistent, featured as flush, plumb, regular, unvarying, continuous, unbroken, plain. I will be zeroing in on plain and level to continue to substantiate my argument. Why? Just these two, flat, just these two, smoke, because I'm running out of time, nigga. Pardon me, I'm running out of time. All right. Let me exit this. I already been there. Hang on. Let me blow this up for y'all too. Oh shit. Where the option to blow it up at? Y'all see that now?
Yep. 15 seconds.
Oh shit. All right. I'm holding it back for my next round. I concede the 15 seconds.
All right, let's get ready to set up for the second round. the rebuttal in the 5-minute round, the 3-minute rebuttal in the 5-minute round. Shout out to everybody that's in the building. Make sure y'all hit that like button, share the live stream, support the channel. Let's get some people to support, and we can bring this chat back for this second round. Let's get into
Keys on
it.
the track, on the track, on the track, on the track, on the track.
For the stats, I be beating the odds. In the blood, it be making me calm. Ride the turbines just like I'm Saddam. I'ma blow up just like I'm a bomb. I'ma leave it.
All right. So the chat is back officially. Now listen, we still need some people to support. Now I will take this motherfucker away, but I know we want to get lit in here, so let's get lit. I'm gonna keep it on. Shout out to everybody that's in the building. Wolf, you can start your time whenever you start talking, the time will start.
All right, mic check. How my mic sound?
Sound good.
Let's get it. All right. So for this round, my first slide, I'm gonna describe the cycles of the planet, its systems, and how the systems change and how the planets varies and stuff like that. So the Earth is constantly moving, right, and forming different textures, surfaces, and sizes, which wouldn't be the case on a flat Earth or surface. See what I'm saying? Not to mention variations in land elements, as shown in the first round. Okay. Something flat would not produce different variations of textures, structures, and sizes. Okay. So let's get into some of those systems, though. So a few natural resource systems being rain, storms, and sea levels. All right. Rain. What causes rain? Precipitation is any liquid or frozen water that forms in the atmosphere and falls to the Earth's surface. All right. It comes in many forms like rain, sleet, and snow. Along with the evaporation and condensation, precipitation is one of the three major parts of the global water cycle. All right. Precipitation forms in the clouds when water vapor condenses into bigger and bigger droplets of water. When the drops are heavy enough to fall to the earth, magnetic pulls is what causes rain to fall to the surface. Okay. In turn, also pulling many other forms inward, like sinkholes, cracks, etc. Completely debunking a flat surface is full of sinkholes, lumps, hills, and you just seen, as he proved my point, that flat would be no lumps or no lumps. So he killed himself in the first round. Okay. Another system, storms. What causes storms? Thunderstorms form when an air mass becomes unstable. Okay. When air in the lowest layer is very warm and humid, or air in the upper layer is unusually cold. Usually, if both occur simultaneously, you'll get a storm. Okay. Sea levels. What creates a sea level? As the land-based ice sheets, okay, the ice sheets continue to unload their mass, which is, losing ice, form far above sea level and far from the tropics. Okay. That mass reaches the sea in the form of meltwater. Okay. Meltwater that is then redistributed along Earth's surface layer. Okay. Meltwater from the ice sheets melting. Okay. Which is how the sea levels raise. On a flat Earth, this water would endlessly run until flattened out over the whole surface. Let me say that again. This water that's melting from these, ice sheets, this meltwater, it would endlessly run flat across the whole planet until it's stretched all the way out. Nothing would contain it on a flat Earth. Take note of that, okay? Which is not the case that we see on Earth. We see many things containing water, okay, on the surface level. In turn, the sea level is not flat as well. Push and pull energies vary slightly across bodies of water. Water follows waves in constant movement, not geometric stagnation, okay? This creates an uneven water surface. That's what is a geoid. That's what a geoid is, okay? The different levels of the water that's created, okay? Let's get to my next one. Okay. Much like the tides, which are constantly moving, expanding, and shrinking, so does things like our bodies, plants, textures, and organic matter. All things that constantly grow as well as diminish or shrink in size to the rate of production and deterioration of matter breakdown. This is constant over the whole planet, debunking the theory of a flattened plane as well. Things are constantly shrinking, growing, and deteriorating, as well as the ground. That's where you get holes and hills and stuff like that, okay? And I just want to reiterate that the push and pull energies within the sea levels and under the ground are causing different levels and layers of this, what we call a surface, okay? He told you to depend on your imagination, but we don't have to. We can see hills, mountains, valleys, which we'll get into on the next round. But this debunks his whole first round, okay? And I think I'm gonna end my round there. What's my time like? Try to shorten it up to get
3 minutes and 25 seconds.
Okay, so I'll just debunk a few of his other claims then. Well, actually, I think I'm good there. I'm good there. I'll leave that as my round. 5 minutes. I don't want to debunk his first round. He got it.
Okay. And then we'll use your rebuttal. That'll be 3 minutes off the clock. And we'll get ready to get into smoke round for smoke. Shout out to everybody that's in the building, man. Hit that like button, support the channel, share the live stream, and let's get into
He's
it.
on the track, on the track, on the track, on the track, on the track.
For the stats, I be beating the odds. In the blood, it be making me calm. Ride the turbines just like I'm Saddam. I'ma blow it just like I'm a bomb. I'ma leave it.
Smoky smoke. Shout out to everybody that's in the building. Let's
All right, hold on. Let me load these tabs up. He told me off by conceding all that time. I was still loading tabs up, but it's cool. I'll just go with the one I got. Let me know when my screen come up.
All right, wait on you now. I don't see it yet.
I forgot to share the entire thing. I had to go back so I can share the whole screen.
And shout out to everybody that's in the building, man. Support. Let's keep this chat live, man. I want to keep y'all going. It's 1:30 in the building. Shout out to everybody that did support the channel. I do appreciate everybody that is supporting. Keep it going, family. Shout out to everybody that's rocking out. Drop them fire emojis in the chat right now if you enjoy the debate so far, family. Drop a fire emoji if you're enjoying it so far. All right.
All right, so my last attempt was to reconcile my discrepancies with the strict definition of flat, and I zeroed in on one of its synonyms, which is a plane. All right. Although he made a valiant attempt to debunk or discredit a plane in its basic definition, right? I'm gonna unravel that right before your very eyes, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So, let me give y'all what this is, so y'all don't think I'm making some shit up. This is called Zetetic Astronomy. Earth is not a globe, an experimental inquiry into the true figure of the earth, proving it a plane. All right, let me go back to where I was. So therefore, that the earth is not a globe. On the contrary, this simple experiment is all sufficient to prove that the surface of the water is parallel to the line of sight and is therefore horizontal. And at that, the earth cannot be other than a plane. Here's the diagram attempting to substantiate that particular claim. All right. Y'all feast all eyes on that. Okay, a plane without motion and unaccompanied by anything in the firmament analogous to itself. If the earth is a globe and 25,000 miles in circumference, not that I'm saying he's arguing that the earth is a globe. It's not what I'm suggesting here. The surface of all standing water must have a certain degree of convexity. Every part must be an arc of a circle curvating from the summit at the rate of 8 inches per mile multiplied by the square of the distance. That this may be sufficiently understood, the following quotation is given from Encyclopedia Britannica. There we go, the Britannica again. See, it don't just work for the globe, it also works for the flat earth leveling itself out. Leveling, if a line which crosses the plumb line at right angles be continued for any considerable length, it will rise above the earth's surface. And we don't see that in our phenomenon of our observation of the earth. And this rising will be as the square of the distance to which the said right line is produced. That is to say, it is raised 8 inches very nearly above the earth's surface at 1 mile's distance. And we don't see this being the case. Anybody want to get into any further information in regard to this source material? He said zetetic astronomy. All right. Let's consult the ancestors real quick. We kind of revere the ancestors, if I'm not mistaken. What were their opinions? Did pre-Columbian Americans know the spherical shape of the earth? I wonder if they did. The Mayan are known for their astronomy and mathematics. Known for astronomy and mathematics? Interesting. Most notably, their famous calculation of the length of a year. I was surprised to learn that they supported a flat earth model. Shout out to the Mayans. Anybody want any further information in regards to this? You can find it at the history website. All right. Sorry, I didn't have time to pull my tabs up, but I'm pulling them up as I go. It was some more stuff in that zetetic that I wanted to get into, but I didn't have it lined all the way up. So I just went to the main. All right, so I'm asking the question here. Can a surface be flat and not smooth? Yes, a surface can be flat, planar, without large curves, but not smooth. All right, so that debunks whether or not a flat surface has to be smooth to remain flat. Just a quick side note. I had the article for this, but I can't find it right now. I'm in rushing. I'm in rush mode. So I asked the AI, do intrusions and or protrusions change the nature of a flat plane? In geometry, architecture, and structural engineering, intrusions and protrusions fundamentally change the nature of a flat plane by altering its topography, continuity, and performance characteristics. A theoretical flat plane is two-dimensional and extends infinitely with zero thickness. Intrusions and protrusions transform this into a three-dimensional volume or a complex surface. Deviation from planarity. Any protrusion or intrusion creates a non-planar condition, meaning all points on the surface no longer lie with a single Euclidean plane, right? This is the argument against my particular acknowledgement. Now, let's find the argument for my particular argument. So I'm not running from the argument. I'm here to face it head on. And what Musk has to be dealt with is, why is there an argument in the first place? I didn't create this argument. Think the differences in observational opinions and or information is what makes this argument continue to be valid.
That's time.
Oh, god damn. All right. I have everything lined up in my next round.
Bottom of the second, man. We getting into the third and final round, man. This is one of the rounds. Shout out to these two brothers, man. They here rocking the house. Y'all drop a fire emoji if you're enjoying the debate. This is one of those ones, man. Shout out to these brothers, man. Go on, get y'all shit together. Let's get into it. We're gonna take a quick break for those that's listening. Use the bathroom, hit the like button, thumb up the video, support the channel, man. Let's keep this chat going. Let's keep it going, man. Let's keep it going. Let's go. Before we go, share the live stream. Hit the like button. Share it around. We'll be right back.
I'm on the block with the snakes and the rats and the cops, so I gotta hide it. All on my top, put all of my dick in the stomach, I give it a Heimlich. Really was broke, I come from the bottom of New York, now I need the finest. All of my bitches, they be the finest. All of my diamonds, they be the finest. All of my fabrics, they be the finest. Put on the ladder and came at Staggy. All of these VVs, now they blind. I know my persona, really enticing. Right on that pussy, just like I'm Tyson. Hit on that pussy, just like it's lightning. Back to that money, I'm not dying. I got a touch for the money like Midas. Out to my hood, I try to unite it. I know the feds, they wanna indict it. Gun in my leg, I come invited. Run over drip, them boys I'm biting. She love with me, got her excited. She like the nigga, no stones on my eyes. And I got a touch for the money like Midas. Out to my hood, I try to unite it. I'm on the block with the snakes and the rats and the cops, so I gotta hide it. All on my top, put all of my dick in the stomach, I give it a Heimlich. Really was broke, I come from the bottom of New York, now I need the finest. All of my bitches, they be the finest. All of my diamonds, they be the finest. All of my fabrics, they be the finest. Put on the ladder and came back striking. All these VVs, now they blind. No more persona, really enticing. Bought on that pussy, just like I'm Tyson. Hit on that pussy, just like I'm lightning. Back to that money, I'm not dying. I got a touch for the money like Midas. I got a touch for the money like Midas. I got a touch for that money like Midas. All of my bitches, they be the finest. All of my diamonds, they be the finest. All of my fabrics, they be the finest. They be the finest. They be the finest. They be the finest. They be the finest.
Shout out to everybody that's in the building, man. Let's get right back into it, man. Y'all already know we're in the third and final round, man. We got Smoke Signal, Brown Wolf getting into it. Brown Wolf getting into his third and final round, man. Make sure y'all go ahead and hit that like button and support the Chisano, man. Let's get into it. Also, share the live stream and shop with BAPClothing.store, man. Get y'all some of that fly player merch. The link is in the chat. Go ahead and hit that BAPClothing.store. Get you one of them hoodies and check out some of the fire merch. All right, let's go, brother Brown Wolf.
All right, mic check.
Yes, sir.
Let's get it. All right. Start my time.
Let me pull your screen up and let's get into it.
Keys on the track, on the track, on the track, on the track, on the track.
For the stats, I be beating the odds. In the blood, it be making me calm. Ride the turbine just like I'm Saddam. I'ma blow it just like I'm a bomb. I'ma leave it.
Okay, so let me get this straight, man. Out the gate, man. So the guy, he said he's not prepared, right? He's pulling up new tabs in Google and his YouTube search history and all these things. He got people knocking at his door. He showed up an hour late. And then he comes in here and talks about imagination. He also debated against his last round debated against globe Earth. He didn't prove the Earth was flat. He read a few sources and gave his perspective on what he figured the sources may have meant, but that's not proof of a flat Earth. Okay, he provided a source that said Mayans and how they support flat Earth model, but Mayans wouldn't have called it flat. You see what I'm saying? They would have meant something else or said something else. And flat comes from the Middle English, which means smooth without lumps, which he also proved in his first round. Okay. He stated he was pulling up more tabs, but yeah, a lot of random stuff that he's doing. I'm not sure if that's looked down upon, but okay. His source stated that a theoretical flat plane is a two-dimensional and extends infinitely with zero thickness. The ground, he's saying the ground has no thickness. Okay, all right, let's get into my round, man. Earth's different surface levels, right? The four main talking points I'm gonna use to that couldn't exist on a flat Earth, describing phenomena like hills, mountains, valleys, and oceans, using Merriam-Webster's dictionary 1828, which we all love. Okay, a hill. What's a hill? A hill is usually a rounded natural elevation of land lower than a mountain. Okay, that's in Merriam-Webster's dictionary. Mountains. What's a mountain? A mountain is a large and often steep landmass that's much higher than hills and surrounding areas, okay? Made from land minerals found across the landscape, all right? What's a valley? A valley is a elongated depression / indentation. Depression is just an indentation of the Earth's surface, usually between ranges of hills and mountains, okay? These are different levels of the surface, okay? Oceans and seabeds. What's an ocean? An ocean is a body of water, of salt water that covers nearly 3/4 of the earth. What is a seabed? The seabed is the floor of the sea or ocean. Okay, so for example, in the Mariana Trench, the deepest part of the ocean or seabed is known at approximately 11 kilometers deep. That's the floor. So while he's talking about the level of the water, the floor that he's describing that we walk on, it has a level of 11 kilometers deep under that water, okay? These are all variations that disprove the theory that we're on an even plane, okay? It's not even. You got different levels, okay? So this begs the question, are mountains simply placed on top of the planet, or is it made of the same elements as the planet and considered part of the planet's surface? I'm glad you asked that the other day, Smoke. Okay, sources say mountains are composed of the same rocks as the surrounding land, okay? The same crustal plates and the same minerals found everywhere on Earth, okay? There's no boundary where Earth and mountains are, there's no boundary where Earth ends and mountains begin, okay? There's no boundary between the two, meaning mountains are not placed on top of an already flat surface, but it is the surface, okay? The mountains are as well a part of the surface and shares the same elements as the ground we walk on, hence why you can climb a mountain, because it's still the ground. I need us to let's think about this. A mountain is still a part of the ground, okay? You can climb it, you can walk it just like you can on a rocky surface. All right. That debunks his question of what was the ground before the mountain was formed. It still was an uneven surface, okay? With different variations of height and depths, okay? So let's discuss the production of growth and expansion of these mountains, valleys, and bodies of water. Different heights, depths, and widths, which couldn't exist on a two-dimensional surface that he just explained was zero flat thickness, okay? He just explained this surface has zero thickness, which is completely not true, all right? Earth has relative surfaces, not a single flat one, okay? Earth's elevation varies everywhere on the surface, and Earth's surface changes height constantly, as previously shown. All right. For example, Mount Everest grew to sit at about 8,849 meters above sea level. Okay, while the Mariana Trench sits at 10,984 meters below sea level. All right, that's almost 20 kilometers of a vertical difference. A surface with that much variation cannot be flat or leveled by definition, killing his whole flat Earth theory. Okay, so the definition of flat and flat shapes being two-dimensional, and we live in a three-dimensional world. Length, height, and width create spatial depth and distances. Flat is only 2 dimensions. Okay, we live in a three-dimensional world. Flat are like shapes like circles, triangles, and squares. We live in a world of cubes, spheres, and cones. Okay, you have a triangle, then you have a cone. You have a circle, then you have a sphere. Circles are flat, spheres are three-dimensional. Okay, these are things that debunk his claim and precisely show that we could not, and they have not proven that we live on a flat surface or plane or planet. This is a complete pseudo claim, and if they meant something else, they might want to change that word, because there's different variations of height levels. There's different layers debunking that there's one even plane level or one even plane. We have multiple levels of planes. Okay, you can walk up on top of a mound, same way you can walk at a shallow field. These are different levels of a plane, not one plane, guys. He just tried to convince us that we're walking on one flat plane, and he also debunked himself by saying it's smooth with no lumps, or flat would be smooth with no lumps, which we have a lot of lumps. There's lumps everywhere. Okay. All this whole time he's debunked himself and proven that, what he's saying is that we live somewhere that has no variation. And I'm proving that we have variation
1 minute.
everywhere.
1 minute.
Okay. And the rate of growth, the rate of change, the rate of vibration, deterioration, production, wouldn't allow for a single flat surface. Okay. It's always changing, always growing and changing size. So this is my third round. I hope, it's a little time, but I hope that within my short amount of time, I've given you enough actual data and information to support the fact that, there's no proof that this whole surface is flat. There's no proof that the shape of the planet is flat, because like I said, flat is not a shape. It's a category of two-dimensional shapes, like circles and squares. And we know this surface is not two-dimensional. It's not flat with zero thickness. Mud is thick. Concrete is thick. Dirt is thick. It's not zero thickness. And he already proved that that's what flat considers. So he debunked himself. I debunked him. And I hope everybody realizes that this is not a flat plane. Maybe you want to change the word. And for everybody that's, out there, that support this theory, I think y'all should take note of all these things. The Mariana Trench, how deep it is, versus Mount Everest, which is all made of the same elements that you're walking on right now.
That's time.
Thank you, brother.
Shout out to Brown Wolf. Just get into smoke, start around. Let's get ready to cook something up nice. Shout out to everybody that's in the building. Shout out to everybody that's in the building. Smoke is ready to go whenever you're ready to go. Let's get
Keys on the track, on the track, on the track, on the track, on the track.
For the stats, I be beating the odds. In the blood, it be making me calm. Ride the turbines just like I'm Saddam. I'ma blow it just like I'm a bomb. I'ma leave it.
All right, shout out to everybody that's in the building. Shout out to everybody that's in the building. Hit that like button, drop a fire emoji. Smoke, let's get it. Third round, let's go.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, third round is still on and popping. Even though he has made a valiant attempt to insert ideas into my very peculiar acknowledgement, we're not having any of that. It's flat Earth, man. It's flat Earth. till we leave Earth. And I don't think you niggas going nowhere. All right. So let's get back into it. Here is a historical map of what we know to be called the planet Earth. Right? I use that term loosely, planet. Right? I prefer plane, but I'll concede to the consensus so that we don't get lost in semantics. Right? Now, anyone viewing this map can see that it is accurately depicting all the known land masses. And what is quite interesting to me, with all the known land masses, with its various topography from one point to any adjacent point on this illustration, the only thing that I seem to be able to discern is level, or what one would call flatness, right? I'm not saying that there's no mountains or volcanoes or a Mariana Trench or caves anywhere in any of this known topography. I'm saying that from a bird's eye view, right? From a bird's eye view, what we are observing according to this historical layout of our Earth is that it appears to be quite flat. Circular, yes, but flat. Right? So maybe this spherical anomalies that some of you niggas be adhering to is coming from the curves along the outer edges of this very flat looking terrestrial plane or planet, one may say. All right. All right. That's enough of that. Y'all get an eye full. Y'all got an eye full of that? This is a historical map. Matter of fact, it's largest early world map, Monte's 10-foot planisphere. Huh? There your sphere go. Of 1587. Just in case y'all want to do any further investigating. All right, let's keep diving into this flat scenario, all right? Because we can all agree that we are currently part of the Milky Way galaxy. And in accordance to the most common consensus, the Milky Way galaxy, right, expresses itself in a flat disk shape, right? The very galaxy upon which our planet exists in is described as a disk, which is by all means a very flat shape. All right. Am I saying that it's two-dimensional? By no means am I saying that it's two-dimensional. I'm saying everything that exists within this particular galaxy has to conform to the shape that it exists in, because it cannot compromise the shape that it exists in. It can only exist in the particular shape that it already exists in. That's just what it is. I, nor Wolf, can change that reality. Shout out to the Milky Way disk. And no, by no means am I saying that it's two-dimensional. I'm saying even though our Earth is three-dimensional, right, the level is what we exist upon. And that level is measured by the sea. And that is the uniform measurement. All right, where my next? Did I have another one? Hold on. No, this too That's above my pay grade right there.
You need me to stop your time real quick or something?
Yeah, stop it real quick.
All right.
All right, you can start it back.
Okay.
All right. So I asked the engine, right? Because I have to ask the engine. I can't go to Standard Academia for any support in regards to flat Earth, because Standard Academia does not recognize flat Earth. So I had to take this argument outside of Standard Academia. Right? Yeah, I'm very imaginative to a fault. So I asked it, what is the meaning of general flatness? General flatness means a surface uniformly indicating all points lie within two parallel planes, crucial for sealing, mating, or even where controlled by geometric dimensioning and tolerancing to ensure parts fit and function correctly, unlike levelness, which relates to a datum like the floor. Right? Because we know that the floor has to maintain a certain level so that one doesn't trip up on it. But on a plane, all it requires is that those points, right? Is that those points line up, and everything within those points has to conform to that general uniformity. How much time I got left?
1 minute and 10 seconds.
1 minute and 10 seconds. I might as well just shoot from the hip. All right. So, in my opinion, because I can't state any of this for a fact, and if Wolf think he can, I think he's just in alignment with the consensus, who I doubt can actually substantiate a fact as well. For my humble opinion, if we are to regard sea level by any means, then we would have to conform. We would have to conform to the Earth being level, existing with obtrusions and or protrusions, with which do not compromise that standard unit of measurement, which is known as mean sea level. I can see my time.
All right, man. Shout out to everybody that's in the building, man. We're gonna rock this one out. We're gonna concede the time. We're gonna get into the answer and question round. Shout out to everybody that's in the building. I'm also gonna drop the poll in the chat for those that's in here. We're gonna get ready to drop the polls during the answer and question round. So as soon as the answer and question round start, the poll will start. All right, so we'll be right back in just a second. Shout out to everybody that's in the building.
Keys on the track, on the track, on the track, on the track, on the track.
For the stats, I be beating the odds. In the blood, it be making me calm. Ride the turbines just like I'm Saddam. I'ma blow it just like I'm a bomb. I'ma leave it.
Shout out to everybody that's in the building, man. Go on, drop them fire emojis in the chat, man. Go ahead and drop those fire emojis. Let's get a few more people to support the channel, man. We in here cooking, man. We got 145 in here. Drop them fire emojis if y'all still in the chat with me. Shout out to these two good brothers for putting on a good performance, man. Just show some love to them two brothers for getting out here and putting it all in the ring and getting to the information, man. That's what we're here for. This is what we're here for, family. So shout out to everybody that's in the building. We all going to get into the answer and the question round. It is going to be a 10-minute round, family. So you guys can go ahead and start whenever you guys are ready, and we get right into it.
I want to salute Smoke, man. He put up a effort, man. It was it was very sloppy, but salute to the effort, bro. You got heart, but I mean, very sloppy performance, Smoke. Ain't gonna lie, but hey, man, we're here. He agreed that the Earth is three-dimensional. He said he just thinks that the surface is flat or something like that. But man, I guess my first question would be, God, where do I start? Let me. You want to ask me a question first, Smoke? Or you mind? Let me ask you a question.
Yes. Do we live
Okay.
on Earth, or do we live in Earth, or do we live above Earth?
We live on Earth, or what some they would say within Earth because of the atmosphere.
So, are we sharing two realities on our living condition, or we in something, or are we on something?
We're on something, on a surface that is within the Earth's atmosphere.
So,
Precisely.
on this surface, does it have a standard of measurement? Yes or no?
It has multiple standards of measurement. Okay, can I ask you a question now? That's 4 questions. There's multiple standards of measurement. Now let me ask you some questions, okay? Where does the sun go when it rises and sets on a flat Earth?
It just goes out of your view.
But if it's flat, somebody should view it. If it's flat, right?
Yeah, the sun is being viewed by somebody at all times. When it's night here, it's day somewhere else. It moves out of your view into somebody else's view.
I mean, okay, let me ask you, which way does it move, up or around? Which direction does it move for it to go out of my view if we're flat?
Well, according to popular flat Earth narratives, I'm not an expert on sun's movement, but it travels in a spherical pattern.
A spherical.
Yeah, like a spiral pattern.
But how would it do that on a flat
pattern.
surface?
From the Tropic of Cancer to the Tropic of Capricorn.
I'm asking you, okay, that's pseudo. But I'm asking you, how does it do that on a flat, on your model? How does it do that? A spherical on a flat surface. Explain that.
Just what it does. It's its pattern. You have to observe its pattern, how it rises in one particular season.
That's not.
It declines in other seasons as it travels this spiral type pattern from Capricorn to Cancer.
Capricorn to Cancer. Okay. We'll move on. On a flat Earth model, what is night and day? And explain this. You don't know the sun cycle. Okay. What is night and day on a flat Earth? Explain that. How does that work?
Night is that part of the day where there is no sunlight. Day is the part of the day where there is sunlight.
So night is a part of the day.
Yes, a day is calculated as 24 hours, and a part of that day consists of night. Well, it's actually morning, noon, and evening.
So it's morning, noon, and evening, not night. Right? That composes a day. Morning, noon, and evening, right?
Yes, morning, noon, and evening.
Okay. You did a little better on that one. Okay. Let me get one more question because we both did 4. I'll do one more question. Then what creates the different seasons on a flat surface? If it's flat, what create a different? I may ignore the chat, but what creates a different seasons? Smoke on a flat surface.
The path of the sun creates the different seasons as it travels from Cancer to Capricorn. It rises and declines in a spiral routine. You gotta look this stuff up, man.
I looked it up precisely. But okay, go ahead and ask your questions. I disagree, but go ahead, ask your question, bro.
Does sea level mark the standard for measurement on Earth, on the surface?
The measurement of what?
Brother, does sea level, elevation and depth, brother?
Oh, sure. The depth of the oceans, yes.
Have you ever observed the ocean?
For sure.
In what general shape would you say it's in?
The shape of the ocean. It takes the shape of whatever body of whatever it's holding it. It takes the shape of whatever's holding it.
Have you observed the thing that's holding it?
Yeah, it's called the seabed floor, brother. I've walked on it, and you drown if you go too low. Just like a bowl
What
shapes the. Yeah,
what does the surface of this particular body of water conform to?
the surface conforms to, they would say, pressure and gravity. That's what
What
geo.
is this? What is this general shape, brother? The surface.
The surface doesn't have a general shape, brother.
What is this general condition then, brother?
Movement.
Is it level?
No, not at all times. It's constantly moving. It levels and it's not leveling. It levels. It constantly.
One
moves.
last question. One
Yeah.
last question. In its movement, is it attempting to seek its level?
Attempted to what?
Seek its level, brother.
Well, I don't know what it's seeking, but it's leveling out based on. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what it's seeking because it's not a thing seeking anything. I'm not sure what that's a that's like a what's they call that personified question. I'm not sure if
Yeah,
it's
they call
seeking.
that a question you weren't really prepared to answer. We
No,
what's
that's
your
what you.
question?
No, that's
You're
all.
running out of
That's all.
time. I
got
asked you
you.
questions. Go ahead.
I
Your
got
turn.
you, brother. You okay? My turn. That's all the questions I asked you. You weren't prepared for any of them or the debate at all. But I'll ask you a question. Okay, if the Earth's not flat and there's no such thing as a flat Earth, oh, I'm sorry. That's my stance. Shouldn't we all see the same sky if we're all on the same even plane?
No, brother. Seeing and observing is a matter of perspective. So no, we're not all going to see the same sky, right? If I'm if I'm totally across the Atlantic and you're like on the other side of the Pacific, we're not going to see the same sky. It's a matter of perspective. We'll have to be
How if
we'll
it,
have to be we'll have to be using the same perspective, even though the sky is the same. We're seeing it from our perspective, brother.
I'm not asking how you perceive the sky. I said, will we see the same thing?
No, we will not, because we'll be seeing from our perspective once again.
That means you perceive it from your own perspective, but you still see the same thing I'm looking at.
It all depends on where you're at. You're not going to see if I'm somewhere that's very distant from where you are observing the sky. We're not going to see the same thing. You may see a cloud that looks like a butterfly, right? In Atlanta where you are, right? I could be in Europe observing a cloud that looks like a dinosaur. We're not going to be seeing the same thing, whether it's a globe or it's flat. Sorry, so it's a matter of perspective. I'm not
All right,
folding.
I got another question. Okay, I got another. I don't. That's. I hear you. Where'd that map come from that you showed, brother?
I showed it. It came from somebody named. It came from somebody named Month. Yeah, I showed it. You don't remember? I scrolled up to the top. It came from somebody named start with an M. I don't know his name.
You don't know his name. I got you. Okay.
I don't know his name. I can look. I can pull it back up though.
The debate's already over, brother. But okay. I'm trying. You got any more questions, man? I think I pretty much get your.
How much time we got for the question and answer session?
Should be like a minute or something.
45 seconds.
Yeah.
You're saying that the Earth is not flat, correct?
Yeah, you are as well.
What are you saying that the Earth is?
I've seen it's multi-layered and it varies based on different levels of production. It varies. I don't think it's flat at all. I think it varies in different heights and widths. It's very simple. You stuck? That fucked you up?
No, that was this time, man. He said we have about 45 seconds.
Yeah,
I thought you were going to respond.
Right
Okay.
there, we got 10 seconds left. The poll is in the chat. Shout out to everybody that's in the building. Hey, man, this was one of those ones. Hit that like button, thumb up the video, support the channel. Shout out to these two brothers. They really did their thing.
Salute.
And that's it, man. Yeah, y'all did y'all thing, man. Y'all did y'all thing. I'm dropping a poll right now in the chat. So the official poll reads. Let's read it. Hold on, I gotta go to it. Hold on. The official poll says 108 cast votes. Smoke Signal 60%. Brown Wolf 40%. Shout out to Brown Wolf. Shout out to motherfucking Smoke Signal for coming off with the win. We appreciate y'all two good brothers. This was one of those ones. I'm gonna let y'all do y'all closing remarks. We're gonna end this bad mother sucker. Make sure y'all support the channel if y'all like these type of debates. Support the channel.
He was a very valiant opponent, and in my closing remark, I'm gonna hunt down you 40% niggas, and I'm gonna stomp on y'all neck with this flat earth acknowledgement. I relinquish the flow.
Wolf.
I want to say salute to M. Davis in the chat. Salute to all the non-biased people with integrity around here. It was a terrible debate on Smoke's behalf. He wasn't prepared. He showed up late. He had Jays knocking at his door. He got his time stopped 3 times for his own technical bullshit. I came in prepared, presented my sources. I'm educated, got a whole degree. Put my PowerPoint together. He put up a bunch of Google links. It's completely biased, and you played yourself because we know I won. But I mean, salute to Smoke for presenting and doing his best, what he does. You know what I mean? I think I easily showed that it's not flat. He agreed with me that the planet is not flat. He also admitted we live on a three-dimensional planet, but so salute to BAP and the debate league, and I'm probably my last debate, man, on this type of because we know the favoritism. But it was fun though. I would say it was fun though. You know what I mean? Salute to Smoke Signal, man. Ain't no hate to that brother, man. Salute to him. But I definitely won that debate, but outside the biasness, you know what I'm saying? So salute to Smoke, salute to y'all, man. Y'all gonna learn. Keep on debating the flat Earth, and I think a lot of my
I will admit that you have some sportsmanship qualities. You do a little, wee bit too much complaining in a debate forum. But you'll learn. You'll learn.
Hey man, I'm the most non-complaining nigga, man. I take all the slack. I just took y'all just come on, man. I said good job, bro. I ain't complaining. I'm just calling like I see it, man.
You just reprimanded 60% of the chat, bro. Come on, bro.
Hey man, I don't care about that. It's YouTube. It's YouTube, brother.
60% of the chat.
Hey, Smoke Signal, this YouTube, man.
Even you 40%ers, I'm looking for you niggas.
Man, the 40%ers got heart. They real. You came late. You ain't had your source. You all over the place, messing up. Jay's at the door. You did terrible, brother. I ain't gonna lie. You got your time stopped 3 times. You proved my point many a times. You never proved that the Earth is flat. You brought imagination. Hey, salute, Sunshine, and salute to everybody that kept it real. You brought up imagination, the Mayans. You brought up a lot of crazy stuff, but the chat gonna hate on me for other reasons. So, salute to you, Smoke. I ain't worried about you. You good? You good?
Nigga don't fuck with the Mayans when it come to flat Earth. Nigga don't fuck with the Mayans when it come to flat Earth. Ain't that about a bitch? Nigga don't fuck with the Mayans when it comes to the flat Earth.
Watch your verbiage, because the elders.
Oh, my bad. Excuse me, ladies and
No,
gentlemen.
Smoke. I just don't think they Smoke. I just don't think they would have called it flat. You hear me? I don't think they would have called it flat. I think that's a new word.
Niggas anti-Mayan now because the Mayans had a flat Earth concept.
Can you hear me?
Ain't that a bad motor scooter? Come on.
Can you hear me? You don't want to talk to me no more? I'm talking to you, brother. Hey, I don't think they called it flat. I think that's a new term that you guys have metaphorically said for whatever y'all think it really means. So I don't think the Mayans believed it was flat, brother.
I'm not saying that the Mayans called the Earth flat, but according to that source, they had a flat Earth concept. They didn't actually say what they called the Earth. They just said their concept was more in alignment to the flat Earth scenario. That's all. We don't know what the Mayans actually called the Earth.
So they didn't say. We don't know if they called. Okay, bro. So you just said you contradicting yourself this whole debate, brother. You said they called it flat. Now you saying you don't know if they called it flat. Man, hey, salute to you, brother, for having heart, but you did terrible, bro. I mean, you tried, though.
Any attempts to misconstrue.
This is YouTube. I knew y'all was gonna be biased, so I don't take it. I paid for my education, man. He's
blaming y'all again. He's blaming y'all again. I'm the one throwing the punches, but suddenly it's all y'all fault.
Hey, but good job, Smoke. You did a little better than I thought, though. I ain't gonna
Let
lie,
me say
Smoke.
this
You
for
did.
y'all close out. Shout out to both of y'all good brothers. Shout out to both of the outcome. Shout out to Smoke for the win. Shout out to Wolf for coming in doing y'all thing. Y'all both did y'all thing. Shout out to the chat, man, for being good sports as well. I do appreciate y'all. And with that, man, the after party will be going down. I don't know where it at. I think probably on my channel later on. So I'll see y'all later on after a while. Peace and blessings. It's your brother.
Donate to the host, y'all. Donate to the host that do the most.
Man, hey, support the hosts that do the most, man. Y'all already know the vibes, man. If you enjoyed the debate, get in the comment section. Let me know how y'all feel. Shout out to everybody in the building. We out of here.
I'm on the block with the snakes and the rats and the cops, so I gotta hide it. All on my top, put all of my dick in the stomach, I give it a Heimlich. Really was broke, I come from the bottom of New York, now I need the finest. All of my bitches, they be the finest. All of my diamonds, they be the finest. All of my fabrics, they be the finest. Put on the ladder and came at diving. All these VVs, now they blind. Know my persona, really enticing. Bet on that pussy, just like I'm Tyson. Hit on that pussy, just like it's lightning. Back to that money, I'm not dining. I got a touch for the money like Midas. Out to my hood, I try to unite it. I know the feds, they wanna indict it. Gun on my leg, I come invited. Run on with drip, them boys I'm biting. She love with me, got her excited. She like that nigga, no stones on my eyes. And I got a touch for the money like Midas. Out to my hood, I try to unite it. I'm on the block with the snakes and the rats and the cops, so I gotta hide it. All on my top, put all of my dick in the stomach, I give it a Heimlich. Really was broke, I come from the bottom of New York, now I need the finest. All of my bitches, they be the finest. All of my diamonds, they be the finest. All of my fabrics, they be the finest. Put on the ladder and came back striking. All these VVs, now they blind. Know my persona, really enticing. Bought on that pussy, just like I'm Tyson. Hit on that pussy, just like I'm lightning. Best of that money, I'm not dying. I got a touch for the money like Midas. I got a touch for the money like Midas. I got a touch for that money like Midas. All of my bitches, they be the finest. All of my diamonds, they be the finest. All of my fabrics, they be the finest. They be the finest. They be the finest. They be the finest. They be the finest.
Clothing.store. Make sure y'all get y'all some of that fire player merch, man. Get y'all some of that fire merch. That's Big Original Power Clothing, breaking all patterns. Clothing.store.